99% of players think City Keeper is absolutely useless. But today I'm going to take you through why I think he's an early game must and a really strong commander in the right situation. I'm not suggesting you use him as your garrison or use him as your open field or anyone should ever make a rally with him. But if you're interested in results early game, let's have a look at what City Keeper can offer you. First thing you need to know about City Keeper is he's cheap. Let's have a look at what he costs to get to level 40. He costs 2.8 million. And green stars obviously have no value. That's free. Let's then look at the blue, who's actually just one level behind. 3.4 million. I think it's going to be 3.6 when she's finished. And then Sansu, of course, is 4.5 million. So a significant discount to get him to level 40 early, and it's super cheap. He also has one little secret that I'm testing at the moment, is he can be used to kill barbarians because you can reduce his cost to attack a barbarian by 10, which is what I am testing at the moment. Let's have a little look though at some of the results. So I think people are starting to copy my Sunset Canyon strategy. You're starting to see City Keeper pop up all over the place. But let's have a look what we've got here. The person in first, City Keeper. The person in second, City Keeper. The person in third, City Keeper. So there. That's pretty much a case in itself. Let's move down a bit to the people in 16th. Oh, no City Keeper. Okay? He matters. He fills a gap. He's early power for no cost. Also, I have a video where a couple of videos back I was going to swap City Keeper out. I used him for early game. I was going to swap him out for Richard, but Richard was 10 levels behind. It might not even have been 10 levels. It was 6 or 7 levels behind. And City Keeper was just much more powerful with those extra troops and those extra talents spent. Now let's move on to his talents, because a lot of people don't understand how he's able to put out good damage, and that's because he's got the attacking talents. This talent here is only 3 talents spent, but it's when you're at 5 stars, it's 5 times 1.5, which is 7.5% attack, which is huge. I don't think there's an early... Yeah, there might be one early blue item that gives 8% attack. It's a ginormous talent. Also down here, 6% normal attack damage is just off the scale. Let me give you now an example of why this is important. First, I'm going to show you this result. So let's go into my history here. Here we are. Okay, Sun Tzu and the Archer Commander there have a lot of skill damage, and they've managed 105 kills. But here we are with Lancelot, he's managed over 100k as well. So he can put damage out, but how's it happening? I think the best way to show this is that if you can get City Keeper in the situation where he has more than one march on him, his high attack benefits is a great benefit. That's because half of your attack is your counter damage. So let's go to 29 here, and let's put Sun Tzu in, who's actually got better equipment than slightly better equipment than what's it called, City Keeper. So that's 85,000 in the march attack. And what we want to do, let's just look at Boudica, because we can't look at all of them. It's too many to look at. Let's stop there. So Boudica is taking 530 damage. Okay, that's the counter damage she is receiving. And here we are at 45. Obviously the buffs start now, but that's 530 damage. Now let's go to City Keeper, who has a much higher base white damage. So he hasn't got any skill attack, admittedly, but let's have a look at what difference that makes. Move forward. Now we're watching for Boudica. Where is she? The base damage is now 610. So almost 100 difference. Excuse me. Excuse me. So almost 100 difference. But of course, if you have 5 marches on you, that 100 difference is times 5. So if we go back to an example here where we're in Sunset and 2 marches are attacking, I think maybe even 3 marches here are going to attack him. So I put him on my prone side where they can multi-march attack. Here he is. So look at the counter damage that Bjorn is receiving. That was 800 at one point. It's now 700 odd. That's because half of the white damage of my main attack is a counter attack, and that's what Bjorn is taking. So he's got 3 marches on him. And remember, he's also a tank. The infantry commanders are so lucky. They get 6% health, 8% health. Where is it? 10% health. Just ginormous. On top of that 10% health, they also have a very easy weapon to that they can get, which is this sword. It's fantastic early game. None of the other weapons come close to this. 6% health. Come on, let's forge it. Oh, no luck. And let's equip that. Can I put that on him as well? So that's gonna, well, I haven't finished the talent yet, but that would be 16%. 16% extra health just from one item and putting the talents in the right place. So a ginormous tanking advantage. So let's have a look at his skills as well. Another good thing here, there is no fat in the skills. It's all muscle. The extra 15% acts like a shield, but it does last for 5 seconds. So in principle, it's the same as having another 7.5% defense. Infantry health bonus, 5%. How important is that? 5% to attack, and then 5% on defense. So the results talk for itself. This is the case that I have for City Keeper. People are starting to use him. The people that are dominating, this is obviously quite an early kingdom, that are dominating the early Sunset all have him. Even the guy with 5 marches. The infantry equipment, again, for early power, is some of the best stuff you can get. So that's my case for City Keeper. I will, obviously, at the moment I've got him with Lancelot, but I will eventually put him with somebody that doesn't do a skill attack. Maybe Joan, maybe someone else. One of the other players has him with Martel, which was obviously brilliant, but I have got Martel, but I've got no free, I haven't had any more heads in him. I will consider doing this, but this is more if you're using him in the back row. So yes, it's lovely to have an extra 6% damage, but I'd want him in my back row. But I don't use him for that because he's one of my tanks at the moment, so I don't use Fight for the Death. I'm quite interested in this skill, but again, he would have to be in the back row to get the best use out of it. Because he needs to stay alive for at least, 100 seconds to get 7.5% out of that. So not my favourite skill. Increase your counter-attack damage. That's brilliant for what I use him for when he's got those extra marches. Especially if you put him with, that would stack with Martel. Interestingly, one of the other players has used him, which what I think is actually the best combination for him, but I don't want to spend heads on him, is actually the guy that's using him with... there we are. With Scorpio, because of course, if he's got multiple marches on him, half the white damage is his counter-attack, and then Scorpio ups that by 25%. That's pretty significant for 5 seconds, especially as Scorpio will also help him last longer. So, to recap, if you can get multiple marches to attack him, He's a good tank, and because of his high white damage, the counter-attack damage replaces what would be the skill hit. Of course, Sun Tzu is better, but you've only got one Sun Tzu. Martel obviously is better, but he's too expensive. Where are you going to get the legendary heads from? Where are you going to get the millions of extra XP from? Yes, eventually, experience points. Once you've got level 25 plus barbarians and you're in the Lost Kingdom, experience getting someone to level 60 is very easy. But in the early game, when the highest barbarian round is 14, it's difficult. So, don't be like the 99%. Make your own choices. Be driven by results. Use the right tool in the right situation and you will win. Let's have a little look. I got Sunset 5th yesterday and I've only got 3 marches. But I've started my City Hall 17, so beware all the people that have been attacking me. I'm about to get my 4th march and you don't want to mess with me once I've got my 4 marches early in Sunset Canyon. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helps somebody. A bit of a fun one. And I hope seeing the talents there. Just a quick rebuff on the talents. So of course, if you use Peacekeepers, you don't need these 3. You don't need the Insight. Only if you're in the back row would you want Fight to the Death or Effortless. This is a must, but remember, really he shouldn't be with a commander that puts skill damage out. This is a must. That's obviously nice to have, but more important to get the grants 3 rage from the infantry side. Of course, you need the extra 9% for helping taking down Minamoto. Then the really important 10% in health. Don't forget to give him a sword as well. And then hold the line is useful any day of the week. Thanks for watching.